but it's really interesting.
Are we live?
I think we are live. We were talking about, shout out to Rookie's videos there, but welcome everybody to MKU Primetime. We got a very exciting barn burner for you today. By the way, my name is Knight. Excited to be back here casting. It's been a little hot minute, and I'm joined here by Koopa Guy. Do you go by Koopa or Koopa Guy? I don't know.
Just Koopa's fine.
Koopa?
The full name is only for lounge.
Sounds good. I'm breaking the fourth wall here because, it's the end of the season. There's been a lot going on, a lot to digest too. And I know, Koopa, you've been looking at some theoreticals, but we do have the starting lineups here for StarClan Solar and Tuestame La Tostada. Ethan Green, Legit X, LX Pure, Saziri, Yoshi Racer or Yoshira there as well. And I don't know if you want to take over.
TT's lineup is Anto, HKN, Nere, formerly known as Goomer, Oscar, Sergio, and Spike. So very interesting. I don't think Spike, I was watching both their last matches, and I don't believe Spike was playing for TT last match. If I remember correctly, it was someone else, but I may be wrong on that one. Otherwise, also Yoshi Racer from the UK is a minor mistake. He is American.
Maybe he hopped across the pond. You never know.
Yeah, he just decided to show up there. Well, apparently, HKN is getting subbed out for Centels because HKN has internet issues. So I believe Centels did play last match as well. So I think that's basically the same. Both lineups from the previous match are just playing again. Now, Knight, you mentioned the hypotheticals. I was trying to crunch the numbers on D3 because D3, if you guys don't know, is a very, very close division for completing, to make playoffs. There were 3 teams tied at a 4-1-3 record going into this week. StarClan Solar being one of them, and StarClan Solar just lost their previous match. So StarClan Solar is 4-1-4. TT is 6-0-3. Now, I believe if TT loses this, they lose conference leadership, and DR gets it instead. I could be wrong on that, but I was trying to figure it out because it's very close. But I do believe that DR gets conference leader because they are 6-1-3 because DR went 2-0. FA also is 5-1-3. They won one they're 6-1-3 as well. So they won one and lost one. So I think those two teams are both in playoffs. I think SC2 needs to beat TT here if they want to make playoffs, if they haven't already been eliminated. But I'm not 100% sure on that because, again, I'm not very good at visualizing standings in my head. So
yeah, I actually have an analytics degree, but I'll be honest, there were 5 teams fighting for 3 spots in D8, so my brain is all jumbled up. But to your point, Koopa, though, Drift Riders did beat Zodiacs, and they did beat StarClan Solar. I did see in the chat from, I think it was LX, that SC2 didn't make it. They are 4-1-4, so at the current moment with 1 game to go. So even if they were to beat TT here, they would end up being 5-1-3. So with Drift Riders getting that 2-0 run today, that's going to be helpful for them. You also have in the mix, looks like Fatal Aces. So curious to see how they did. And I know the results are still coming in, but they ended up, actually, Fatal Aces beat TR. And Fatal Aces also did end up going 2-0 against JPP. So yeah, that Drift Riders win actually took StarClan Solar, unfortunately, out of the playoffs.
Okay, so really apologies for my dog, by the way, in the background. She's just been active. But yeah, so basically this match right now, StarClan Solar is able to beat TT. It's basically just a matter, really it's for TT here. TT wants to get the conference win to be a higher seed in the playoffs instead. So maybe StarClan could help with, canceling those plans and have Drift Riders be the leader, or maybe they'll int and they'll be like, haha, TT can lead. But room is starting now. We're watching from Green's perspective. I don't know if that was mentioned. It was on the graphic. So, and there seem to be very much in top spots in the room. RWS coming out for StarClan. I'm assuming, looking at the spots, TT is going to go for a cheese land here. They look to be bottom 5.
Yeah, it's usually the little fun dynamic when I had it in my last war. Yeah, the RWS, but they're gonna go Twisted, and so I know for TT, I think we literally just talked about it. I have short-term memory loss, but because of the fact that Drift Riders went 2-0, they're the ones pressing on TT for that conference title to be the number 1 seed.
Yes.
Did what was TT's result from their first?
TT lost to Zodiacs quite handedly too. I believe they were down over 100 with 4 races left. If I was listening to Zodiac's call correctly, so TT is on a worse loss technically than StarClan was, but there's still both teams coming through with a loss. TT needs to make sure they have a good mental reset here to hopefully capture the conference win.
So here we go. Yeah, Retro Wario Stadium. It's going to be Yoshi Racer there with that hole shot. Ziri there, top 2. We got a lot of StarClan up here, at least 4 or 5 of them up there in the front. But honestly, this draft is really shaking things up here at the moment. And we got the back camera, the X button spam there. So I'm a little disoriented, but the triple greens here from Green, that's a little ironic. But now kind of just positioned himself here in 6th halfway through the first lap.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, hitting the fire there. I believe he was able to hit 2 TT members with his greens. I know he hit Nair for sure. I'm not sure otherwise. Someone's all the way back there.
That's a DC.
That has to be a disconnect because I think they forgot to start driving, possibly. I did not notice. I believe almost every Roy. Oh, it seems like I think every single Roy is a StarClan member, so that I think will help with deciding positions. And so, if I'm assuming StarClan was able to keep their top spots, I believe it's actually like a top 4 for StarClan right now. I think Pure and Green are the only ones back here, although I could be wrong.
It looked like, granted, the draft did shake things up, that they had roughly 3 or 4 there in the top 5. And it is kind of a little bit of a snaking pack, and that 12th player likely did DC. Kind of curious to know what team that's based off of, but expect potentially some shenanigans here in lap number 3. But we do see Cesare, we see Sergio here. So we do know that at least 10-11 is StarClan. It could be a potential bottom 3 situation if that DC or player is StarClan as well. And this 8-9 dynamic here with the star from Oscar and another power item there looked like from Sergio. They're up at the front now. He's got the triple shrooms.
Holding this blue, still holding this blue despite first getting hit out. Okay, yeah, there we go. I was wondering when the blue was going to get thrown. So yeah, Green was holding that blue there. StarClan was obviously first. Now it should be TT in first. We'll see if they're able to dodge it here. They are not able to dodge it, but they do get on the glider panel. This looks fairly close. I think this is a decent race for StarClan, like a 1-3-4 possibly, but 9-10 as well is kind of 2-3-4. My apologies.
2-3-4, 6-8-10. So that's likely a narrow win there for StarClan. Where actually it could be even like a small double digit. Yeah, like a 10, for instance. There we go, 46-36. So StarClan in the lead early. Good job there by TT and their player to go ahead and get up into the front despite having a big chain of SC players behind them there to start things off. So going to be going here now into this second race. It's going to be Big Blue. And also, it's going to be Cheeseland. So Big Blue going to be picked there, likely from StarClan Cheeseland. Going to be coming in there from TT. And we got a Twisted Mansion pick there as well. So somebody didn't get the memo that Cheeseland was being picked.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm back.
No worries.
I had to deal with my dog. Anto DC'd. Well, yeah, obviously. That would have been pretty obvious.
So TTDC, yeah.
Yeah, this is a good reset for TT here, hopefully to make sure that... I mean, Big Blue... I'm from a team that picks Big Blue. And it's not really good for, like, 2-5, really. It's better for if you have, like, 3-4 or something, but... Yeah, otherwise, anyway, we're playing this. It's like 3 for 3-3, I think, is what looks like going to be bagging for each team.
Yeah, there's a few players that are going up right now, so it's either 3-2 or it is 3-3. There, so it's kind of like roller derby here in the United States. You got your jammers, you got your blockers or baggers in this case, and the runners. So be curious to see what happens here. You know that a shock is likely going to come into play. Some of these players here in the back, they are Division 3, so naturally someone's going to go ahead and pull it here. You see a Bill being activated there, Spike, Oscar. Now we see Green going through, and he does have it in pocket.
Yeah, has it in pocket behind a star. I'm assuming he's going to opt to hold this to see maybe if a teammate of his can pull a second one to maybe dodge with it, or in case another player... Oh, okay, red skip.
That's unique.
Okay. I'm assuming Oscar... Okay, yeah, that's what I was waiting for. I was assuming, like, either they knew they had shock, or I'm assuming, like, Green was like, okay, they know I have it, and I better use this quick before someone else finds it. Although it looked kind of strange. I don't think anyone really dodged.
No, I saw there was one of the TT players ended up coming out of a dodge, but did a good job masking it there behind that star. Ziri there coming out of that Bill, and now we're going to likely see Green kind of just, go for a little scenic route here and then go take this extension and then just kind of leverage this crazy 8 here after the Bill drops him off right by the glider.
Yeah, he's going to have to watch out, though, because this crazy 8 could drop him around a bunch of teammates. And if that bomb gets clipped by someone, he's losing all his items. So he really needs to be careful here. Oh, it looks like it's going to drop him with Sazuri. So hopefully, yeah, Sazuri and Ethan are far enough ahead that he's not going to hit them. And now he has to... Okay, he's just opting to backspam everything and taking the double glider with in a star and then going wide. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of that because that star barely lasts you anyway, if I'm not mistaken, if you go through it. A good race here for TT, but like when you go through that double cut in a star, like you're really, really slow. And I think it's actually mildly faster to go chain in the boxes and then get shrooms.
Yeah.
Instead.
Because then you're going to have that ability to go ahead and get an additional item or two. And that worked out really well for TT right there, generally speaking. And I was in a similar position too, where you had to be really careful where that Bill released you, because somebody could have like legitimately stolen one of Green's stars out of the crazy 8, and then it just neutralizes your entire strategy with that item. It happened to me. Learned that the hard way today. But we're going to be seeing some RMC here from Star Clan. We're going to be seeing from TT here Bowser's Castle, but Sentinels being a rebel yet again and going ahead and picking Sunshine Airport.
Very interesting that seemingly TT just never wants to pick the same track. But Bowser's Castle is the choice here. Now this is I would say a Spanish team special. Honestly, like I think Mushroom Team and TT seemingly are the only teams that pick this very, very actively. I think Arc might be the only other team that actually picks Bowser's Castle. So we'll see if the familiarity with the track is able to help TT out so they can continue to bolster their lead of, 2 points, but hopefully build a bigger lead than what they currently have.
Yeah, it's definitely a track, not a lot of American teams necessarily pick, like you said, but or North American for that matter, but it is a track you kind of have to respect, because you're definitely going to be seeing this predominantly with a lot of Spanish and maybe a few Latin American teams as well. But it is a really interesting track, especially if you know some of the glider strats and that strat right there we just saw by Green. And yeah, there's really some unique intricacies here to this track. But you're looking right now, you're going to see like a 4-6 there from Star Clan. They're also going to be there in second. That bomb looking a little bit crazy, and I'm not sure who has the lead.
Yeah, and Spike has a bomb, just chucking, I think, bombing himself, possibly, right there. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, no, he's in bot. Gets bombed by Green in return, though. This horn is scary. If this were lounge, he would have spammed it, but unfortunately, I think those are 2 of his teammates right next to him, so he wasn't able to take out Sergio there. And Sergio, because of his mana, is able to stay in first. Getting blued here, so this should be, like, top 3 for Star Clan?
At least top 3, yeah, for Star Clan. Saziri is there. And that's, I think, either like Legit X or Ethan behind him. Yeah. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But this is a solid situation here for Green, who can just basically coast here as the head car in this funeral procession right now, at least for the time being. But yeah, we're going to take a quick look behind him. I can't make it out, but yeah, looks like there's Ethan. And Sergio has now moved into third, so it's a top 2 now for Star Clan.
Yeah, and Green is in a very good position here, because notably the blue is just not a threat. A ghost could steal his horn, and he has a shroom anyway. So Green is probably getting first. I don't think there's really any scenario where he's not getting first. Getting a Senta red on him from second. This indicates that this should
Sergio might have
indicate
passed
that-
him.
Yeah, Sergio is probably in second here. A shock, I couldn't tell who that was. That didn't TS Green off?
No,
I'm
it was
assuming
too
that may
early.
have been StarClan shock, perhaps?
You would think. You would
But-
think it would be. But who knows? There were at least 2
Oh.
or 3 dodges there. Yeah,
Oh,
LX
looks
this favor and pretty well.
Yeah, it looks like it was a StarClan shock. I guess they decided to opt to get green on the glider there. It worked out extremely well for them. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think they could have probably, because I think TT was like 2-3, 2-3-4-5 or something. They could have TS 2-3-4-5 on glider instead, and may have gotten an even larger race. But TT did get bottom 4, so I don't know. Maybe it just ended up being like a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other situation.
Yeah, they got 8 bottom 3, but yeah, that would have been an interesting, alternate universe there. You say, hey, green, just let us know when you land off the glider, and then that way it sets up that ability to TS some of the TT players that were there in that 2nd through 4th area. Obviously it just kind of is contingent on all the StarClan players around there. There was Sergio, there was Cezeri, Ethan I think was there as well. So yeah, it worked for them, and now they're up by 26. So you definitely got to give them credit here. But we're going to be going to a place, as Royal likes to say, with a lot of sand here. We're heading to the desert.
It has sand. We can't go an 8D war without playing this track at least once, I feel. It was weird, though. Seeming TT didn't really know what to pick. I think 3 of them went TM, 1 went RMC, and 2 of them went Desert. It looks like Desert is the choice. Green opting to bag from first, which is very interesting. Typically, people send a first place running, just because you need to have those noble sacrifices for bagging to actually work. Fun fact, lounge players, that's why picking these tracks is trash in lounge, because everyone wants to bag. But I don't know. I guess Green is going to be opting for shock with Pure, and I think that might be Cezeri behind him.
Yeah, realistically, it's about a 6-6 break. There's a few players there, like that Roy there in 6 that's trying to catch up. But realistically, you're going to see a lot of action here from these bottom 6. It's probably about an even mix, roughly 4-2 or 3-3 here. You see Spikes, Theory up there. You saw, I don't know if that was, Oscar. So now we're going to be seeing who's going to be able to pull this. We got a Bill going up. Great pull here for Green with this Bill followed up by a Star.
Yeah, but if there's no shock in play,
soon.
There's no shock in play. This isn't really amazing. I was gonna mention that it was a really funny split in the pack. Like there was really a top half and a bottom half. But with shock,
there was a shock there, kind of like in the 8th, 9th position there. You could barely see it at the corner of your eye. Yeah. But I don't know which team that was specifically for. It looked like it was StarClan.
Yeah, that looks like a StarClan shock. Dodging someone with the blue. I don't know who got blued. We may or may not find out. This is okay.
Somebody was dodged with the shock. So that's going to help TT as they're going to loop up some of their players now into the mix here. But look at that Waluigi out there in front, just all alone. You got to think that may or may not be StarClan up there.
Yeah, so if that is StarClan, the StarClan would be top 2 with this Bill creeping up on them. I'm unsure. Maybe both of those shocks were TT.
Could have been both TT. Yeah, that's the other theory, that they just dodged somebody with the shock.
And they used it again. But looking at the amount of TT players back here, I don't know how beneficial that play was necessarily. Green just getting Bills at every set, seemingly the only item he's able to pull here. It's unfortunate to get Bill there because you cannot take shortcuts with it.
He went wide. Unfortunate for him, but that might have been a TT player that went out there. That would have confirmed, a top 3 for TT. So they shocked first, and then they dodged a player with a shock. So good job for them. That's going to really neutralize this lead.
Yeah, with that's the swing that TT needed back into their favor. Now all of a sudden, TT's now up 4 after being down 26.
That must have been a plus 30 race.
Yes, it was. It was a plus 30 race. So, wow, okay. So, yeah, I'm assuming that was a TT shock then, because surely the person in first would have been because there was a weird mix. I think 6 people.
You saw them all holding power items, so they were colluding, and they handled that situation pretty well.
Yeah, I think the first moment of the war where TT seems to be universal on what track they're picking. They're going RPPS, and that is the track we are playing.
Yeah, it's funny. I sometimes like to watch some Spanish streamers just to catch up on my, Espanol a little bit, and Centel's being one of them. So shout out to him. He did pick with his team, and he is a big fan of pipes. So we'll have to see how this will play out for TT here. But the top 3 situation for him is going to be a good advantage going into this one.
Yeah, and he is starting in first as well. So this is a very typical inward. Oh, he burnt out. So never mind. But
bottom 2 there for TT. Yeah,
very early. Bottom 2 because of the burnout, unfortunately. I think TT is able to maintain at least first, I believe, but I don't know otherwise. Yeah, looks like top 2 was able to maintain in TT's hand, which should be enough. You don't really need to maintain top 4 on tracks in general, because generally it's basically impossible because you're never going to have like the perfect situation where you can keep top 4. But TT here being top 2 is very good. High pressure on the 2 StarClan members. Green getting a Shroom here, though, he's probably going to be able to get in and threaten first out. And Spike, I think... Okay, Spike did not get redded there. Looks like he is actually getting redded. And I think that's 2, 3, 4 StarClan here. And this should be able to get Centels out, and then he'll have a Horn in first. So Green is in a very comfortable position here. Although 2 TT members behind him is not good.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of shuffling. I think that's Oscar there behind him. But what happened was, you got to give credit there, as unfortunately Green gets redded out. They're originally there to the SC mid pack. It looked like Ethan and a few others, because that forced that 3rd place player there on TT that took that wide turn to be pressured. So that allowed for Green to red out Sentinels. But this is Mario Kart, so Green's now already back in 9th, and Sentinels moved already back up. But good team play there. Oh no.
Oh, those greens, I'm not sure who used them. I didn't see, but that was a TT member, and that's some like 500 IQ play there, because I would never have expected greens bounce back directly into the cut like that. I believe TT has been able to regain control of top spots, and I think they might be like top 2 or top 3 with 2 Roys creeping up in like 5th or something.
I think they honestly have 3 or 4 out of the top 5 right now with a StarClan member mixed in there. But yeah, I think it might be TT. I've been playing a few teams where they can do these little smart bounce banks with the greens off of like the very corner edge there, and they are just detrimental to you if you're taking the cut. They know their angles. 6th place for Green, but there it is. 4 in the top 5 as predicted there for TT with a SC player there. That's going to be Yoshi Racer there getting 2nd.
Yeah, very, very unfortunate for StarClan there. TT able to capitalize on their track pick. Despite a burnout in first, they were still able to maintain decent top positions. And despite Green's play, along with, I think it was Ethan, to try and pressure top spots, Ethan was hit out, and that just made Green vulnerable to just getting hit easily. And then conceding top spots to TT in the middle of lap 2.
Yeah, you said that a lot more eloquently than I was trying to do. But yeah, Ethan did a great job there, but unfortunately it was like a 4 or 5 on 2 situation. So, that it just kind of went into TT's favor. But I don't want to like speculate here, but since we're not in the race, like you got to think right now, if StarClan's out of the playoffs, TT here, they're trying to go ahead and obviously get this win to secure their first seed here they're basically take the conference from Drift Riders. I don't want to say that TT wants it more, but they definitely have a lot more to lose
more on the line.
In this war, more on the line. So that's kind of the overarching storyline.
Yeah, and then again, TT again not agreeing on what track to pick, but we are playing RMC, which is StarClan's pick. Hopefully this will reset and bring back momentum into StarClan's favor at this halfway point after this. We'll see if Green opts to bag. If I were in Green's position, I would opt to run, considering your team is bottom 3, and that looks like that is what he's doing. So, going for this weird little misc here, but not getting the SMT, so now he bags.
now he's bagging. It's weird because, and I don't know, this is just like my logic, but if I was starting there in 6th, knowing that you're starting on the far end of that left-hand side, probably not wise to go ahead, take the hard right to go hard bag or soft bag there at that first set. Or basically by that like little inlet thing there. But, Green's making it happen. And I always base it off of where I'm starting personally when I bag,
but teams are different ways. I've seen teams that just literally have dedicated baggers. Doesn't matter where they finish or where they started, they're just going to go bag. as well as normally most teams though do base it off starting positions. This Bill here is going to be able to take the Bill strap, but not dodging with the 3 Bills in play. That should indicate that a shock is likely in someone's hand somewhere. I just don't know who. Like, I think Last may have it. We'll see. No, they're golden.
What did Nair have? No, that's a golden.
So I guess no shock yet. And it seems like no one has shock. And it seems like a shockless RMC is what's on the menu today. Although Last went around the final turn. Don't know. And he's going around again. He may have it. It's going to happen here. Yeah. Here, if anything.
Watch these boxes. But no, it looks like it's going to be shockless.
And a red after the Bill is terrible in 7th, so he's going to lose so many spots on the line because of that.
Oh, and then the tire just came right down on him. That's unfortunate.
Oh, it looks like
11th for Green.
Yeah, 11th. I think that was actually a disconnect.
Oh, top 4 for Green. Or sorry, excuse me, for TT. Bottom 3 for StarClan. That is a huge race for TT.
Yeah, and now TT, what seemed like a really close war, now they're up over 50 points at half. And it was a disconnect on the part of Ethan. I thought maybe that was a shock, but no, it looks like apparently he bagged too hard, stayed in one spot for too long, and the game said no, and forced a disconnect on him. So TT now opting for Cloud Top Cruise, and TM on the part of SC, which is an interesting choice, because generally TM isn't really used for when you're, bottom everything, other team has top 4. Normally it's if you're like, oh, we're 3, 4, 6, we got Last as well. Well, we should probably pick TM so we can get Shrooms. So it's a very interesting choice for them.
TM, and also we're actually missing a player here.
Yeah,
but also a DP3 pick.
Yeah,
Ethan unable to get back in.
Yeah. So Ethan's unable to join back, and this is a 6v5 on TT's pick, so Bowser Jr. is going to have to come in clutch with this bot shock here, or else I think StarClan's going to take another hard L.
It's kind of like in hockey with the emergency goalie. You hear these crazy stories of these guys coming in to save the day. Bowser Jr. getting called up temporarily, maybe at least for a race for StarClan.
Yeah, could be a situation. Yeah, emergency call-ups because games need to have, or people need to have those. So we'll see how it works out. I mean, StarClan could still get into top spots. This is a fairly good running track if no shocks in play. Like, you're not getting out of first once you're in first past like lap 1. Like, if you group run, like, this is probably one of the best in the game because there's like no shortcuts. There's 3 sets in the game, and I think I don't think you can bag. Can you bag on second set? I'm not 100% sure on that. Someone who's more experienced could probably answer that a little better. But because I know first set you can't and last set you can't because it's on a glider. But
perhaps, but yeah, I don't know. I never really risk it. I'm not the biggest fan of Cloud Top, but there's a lot of really unique situations that can present itself, at least for TSing, like on these, bounce pads or obviously in 2 of the main glider sections. But Green here, it's going to be 2-3 at least here for StarClan, and that's going to be Sergio up there in the lead, Pure and Yoshi Racer there, making it 2-5 for StarClan. Now, Sergio here is trying to hold off this charge and swarm of Solar players, and that means that there's a lot of other players there in the back. You also got to factor in that the Bowser Jr. there is on StarClan as well, so majority of StarClan here in the mid pack.
Yeah, it's very interesting that they're deciding to not Suzuri didn't decide to not let Green throw red on first because they're able to get into top 4. This will be a really good race here, but instead they seem to just be like running in 2-3 and hoping Suzuri gets double reds, which I don't think is the play. They probably should have tried to swap positions to try and get Sergio out because right now they're 2-3-4 and this is not going to change, barring Sergio fails in first or there's a shock now, and there is not a shock, so this is 2-3-4 for StarClan, likely not to change.
Yeah, so this could be a very good race here for StarClan. Curious to see where TT is going to be coming up. A little bit of showboating there from Green, but obviously was confident with players on his team behind him, even if one of the players behind him would have picked up a spot there. So 2-3-4, Yoshi Racer going back down to 7. So that was a 1-5-6-7, I believe. Yeah, 1-5-6-7. So yeah, that's still a really solid race there for TT. I think like a little bit of a narrow win.
Yeah, like a +2, which if you're TT, that's all you really need. Like, you don't need more than that. Like, they just need to win, and getting a +2 really is like, oh, so now instead of having 6 races to gain 54, you have set 5 to do 56, and just tiny wins just add more pressure onto StarClan. Oh, Harry USA has subbed in for Ethan. I guess Ethan was unable to join back, or maybe he rage quit. That's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe he RQ'd, but Harry is coming in, subbing in for Ethan. We'll see if this will be the factor that StarClan needs to take this match away from TT.
Yeah, the really interesting thing about StarClan is they have got an eclectic mix of players. Green coming from Noir, Harry coming from now the Octave Symphony system. Yoshi Racer coming from Zodiacs. You got LX, who's been predominantly loyal to StarClan, Saziri as well. So it's a really interesting story following their team here. 8th race is going to be Dolphin Shoals right now, but it is going to be StarClan down by a lot here, and Green's going to opt to go into second here behind Sergio.
Yeah, we'll see if StarClan will be able to take this win, or at least make it closer. Green into an early first, so not really being threatened out by anyone. Opting to... Okay, I'm not a fan of this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going to take an item, go down middle. It's not much faster to go on the right side if you're taking an item. But anyway, he is able to keep first, though. I'm probably going for a double again. Yeah, it's like TT's right behind him. 1, 3, 4, I think, because I see 2 Roys and 3, 4. Oh, actually, 1, 4, 5. Never mind. For StarClan here.
See Nair there trying to provide some pressure here to Green. There is going to be a Waluigi there in the back going ahead and bagging. I do believe Harry tends to play Wario, if I'm not, or not Waluigi, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken. Yoshi Rates are going to move up there. There's the blue came into play, I believe. There were triple greens there from Sergio. That kind of shook up the order a little bit here. So it's 1-3 here now. Oh, but the back. Now it's going to be a 2-3 situation here for TT, but that looked like it could have been potentially a StarClan shock, and it is with Pure dodging.
Yeah, Pure, LX, and I think Saziri may have used the shock all up here. Now Sergio is basically the only one up there. He really needs to put on the pressure on StarClan members to try and knock them out, but he's on his own here. Has no item. Bomb from first.
Saziri.
Hits Saziri. And now Sentinels is up here to back up, well, he was, briefly, to back up Sergio. And now Sergio is seemingly did decent work. I think StarClan focused a little too hard on trying to hit Sergio out, and they unfortunately team killed in the process.
I still think they're okay, though. They're going to be, I believe, 1-2-4 right now, because Pure had a star following the dodge right around here a lap ago. So Pure actually start up into first. And I think it's running away with it here. But who knows? That bill is coming up. This could be a little bit closer, but I think that StarClan's still getting a good run out of this.
Yeah, I think it's 1-3-4 for StarClan at least. I'm not sure behind. 1-3-4, 8, 10, 11. Not really much else past 1-3-4, though, unfortunately. So, yeah, +6 race for StarClan. So now they have to make up 50 points in a single group GP, which is not impossible. I've seen crazier things happen. But the pressure's definitely on if they want to win this.
So we're going to see what's coming out here for race number 9, the final GP. For StarClan, they might be talking this one over. And, a little bit of a pump fake there to Bowser City, but it's going to be Hyrule Circuit and then Yoshi Valley there for TT. So roulette's coming in, and if I'm a gambling man, I'm going to go ahead and pick DYC. Or sorry, excuse me, RYV.
DYC is the other Yoshi track that sucks. But interesting pick here for TT. Bringing it back to 2017 by picking RYV. This is interestingly enough, I know it's like a joke to say that this is like a really basic track that like is picked all the time, but really, it's not really picked that often. You know, it's like, how many times have you actually played RYV in the past?
A lot. And trust me, I don't pick it, but other teams, they love to pick this, especially Spanish Latin American teams. But I'll tell you what, my only pet peeve, and put a little fire emoji in the chat for if you dislike this track being picked race 1. That's all I'm saying. It's a fine track. I don't dislike this track. It's just the race 1. It's borderline like a neutral start. There's so many other options, RMC and other things like that. But yeah, just don't like it.
Yeah, it was funny.
Okay, we got one. It was my teammate. Let's go.
It's funny because this used to be like the typical starting track back in like 2017. Every team would pick it, but then people obviously moved on from it. And it's very reminiscent of if anyone remembers Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, the equivalent was MKS. People just picked MKS race 1 all the time, and the lower you went down the divisions, the more often it happened. So what's funny is I personally don't play RYV that often, but I know people still complain about it all the time because lower level players and seemingly also D3 players also pick it a lot more often. Nair with a star in 5th. I just realized. I didn't realize Green was all the way up in 4th.
He's still hanging on without any defense, but he is going to go ahead. Oh, and he goes through the box, but that is a TT shock right there. Now, granted, they're using it here at the tail end of lap number 2, so still plenty of time to make up some ground. But Green, though, does have these triple shrooms, is going to go ahead and stay in that 5th position or so. More TT players moving up. That's going to be Spike. I think Saziri was behind Green there, but this is still looking relatively good. I think there's at least 4 TT players there in the top 6.
Yeah, it's at least 2, 3, 4 for TT, and Sergio's right behind Green and Stick. Oh, he has to back that bomb. Probably hit a teammate. This is really good for TT here. I'm assuming if StarClan's first, this might not be as bad for StarClan, but StarClan doesn't want 1-5. They need top 4. So TT's fine probably with getting these picks. I'm not a fan of him back spamming all those reds.
Me neither. I saw Harry and I saw another player rounding the turn there from his team, and this is big here. But half the field has already just crossed the line. Looked like Yoshi Racer was a good beneficiary of that, but it doesn't matter. Top 4 for TT, 7-10. That's a big race for them. It's going to be at least a high 20 to low 30 there just off of basic math. But great job by them just continuing their dominance here.
Yeah, TT really seems to be running away with the match. They're up 78 with 3 races left, which means if StarClan wants to catch up, I think they need to average can I do math? We'll see.
They gotta basically get
20,
a 30, like a upper 20. Yeah.
Yeah. They need to average mid 20s or more every race here, which isn't impossible. That's literally what TT has been doing for the last few races, or they've done it. Like TT has done it this war. They got 30, 20, 30. But they really StarClan desperately needs a good race here, or else it's basically curtains.
Oh man, I just saw in my mod screen Sentils with a LFG, and then I can't repeat what was said after that. But he's obviously excited. He is going RWS and going rogue with his team, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be DYC. I think someone might have tipped off. I don't know who picked this, but there must have been a tip off there. Green must have heard your comments about how you don't like DYC. But
well, okay, I don't mind it. I don't mind it in a casual sense. I think the track is cool, the Yoshi shape and whatnot. The fact that sucks about it is the bill strat that literally takes you, I think, 2/3 of the lap or something, and it shades you into a double box, which is last set. So it's to me, it's more the track is kind of broken due to how the game works with bills and stuff. So it's sad that a track that looks this cool is just so terribly luck based, because if you don't have a bill lap 3, you may as well just kiss your win goodbye, because you're not getting first.
Well, there's things you can do. There are things
obviously.
You can do. You can make what I call power moves, like dropping discrete bombs in certain areas and just trying to run the race of your life. But yeah, it's a very for the lack of a better word, butt clenching and heart racing experience. And obviously just having a power item will negate all of that. Yeah. But a good little run here, 2-3 or 3-4-5 rather for SC here, as we're gonna see.
And he makes it. Okay, good job.
It's good. Sentils though, they're
risky.
Inward.
Very risky, but I think risky is what StarClan needs here, and able to get triple shrooms and then triple reds, which is excellent. Which means he's able to take shortcuts and then have the power item out. Or well, it's not a power item, but you know what I mean. having these shrooms beforehand allows him to pass his teammates. Fortunately, not able to. Is that top 4 for StarClan? Yeah,
that should have relatively canceled the blue, but it didn't look like it. Pure is opting to I don't know if that was a bag or just still got hit by the blue and just didn't get going. No Nisk there from green due to the lack of momentum. Harry, though, is going to go ahead and boost his way through. But still, pretty solid spots here for StarClan. Got to watch the Bills, though, so green's going to kind of duck in. There's more Bills coming. That's Spike. Wow, great job avoiding all 3. But, yeah, without any shrooms or any power items, this is going to be a rough spot here for him.
Yeah, and I think at this point we can say GG's because I do believe almost all the top spots. I think top 2 is TT there, and looking at right now, like there's a lot of bottom spots for StarClan, so I don't think that was enough for them to guarantee. Yeah, GG. That's a GG. Top 5.
That's a top 5 11. That is what, a 34?
28, I think. Oh no, wait, 30. Sorry, 28 is top 5 last. My bad. So yeah, TT up 108 going into the last 2 races, which means that is a GG. Congratulations to TT for winning their conference. That should put them at 7-0-3, which should win them the conference. I'm unsure if that wins them the division, or at least like the number 1 seed, because I don't know how Exodus did, because they were. Exodus went 1-1, so depending on what the tiebreaker is between the two, it's either Exodus or TT that is the number 1 seed going into these playoffs. Does anyone in chat know if TT lost to Exodus when they played?
I am looking it up right now.
That would give us the answer.
TT beat Exodus 510 to 474. So TT will get that tiebreaker.
Yeah. So TT is going to be the number 1 seed going into the playoffs. So they'll be playing the lower of the 2 wild cards in round 1 next week. So something to look forward to. Someone's on King Boo and the Bone Rattler.
I don't know if I should allow this comment from Sentinels. I'm just going to deny it because he used a bad word. Okay. But I understand the excitement, and I'm a big Sentinels fan because he's got a good stream, so I definitely recommend watching him grind some lounge. But that being said, it is going to be Grumble Volcano here. We do see a couple meme loadouts already, but that's okay. But we're just going to keep on trucking, I guess.
Spike opting for King Boo and the Bone Rattler there, which is a very interesting combo. I don't know what the Bone Rattler's stats are. If anyone in chat knows what they're close to, I'm too lazy to look it up. Going for this glider pad. Did you know there's a glider pad here?
There is. It's just normally a lot of people don't take it. But
it's not
that being said, it's not worth the time. Like to work smart, not hard. But a whole horde of Waluigis up there at the top. We do see LX there in 4. Good banana placement there by Nair. And so it looks like at least 2 TT players at the very least are going to be there in that top 3. Blue coming out here, though, and that's going to go ahead and really bring first back into this pack.
Oh, canceled.
Oh, or canceled.
Blue. So, yeah, that was TT in first, probably.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of StarClan back here. Oh, those greens popping out and immediately hitting a StarClan member from Suzuri there. Very unfortunate. But yeah, this looks like, I think TT is probably like 1, 3, 4, 5 or something. I think.
Green just got completely bamboozled there on that. Just not having a whole lot of luck here in this last GP. But, oh man, a little couple bumps there from his teammates. That's no good. But yeah, this is not a good situation here for StarClan in this race. They are bottom 2. Spike there, going to try and keep them at bay. And it looks like this is going to be a pretty solid situation here for TT. I think they're going to get at least 3 out of the top 5 for what I'm seeing, but there's a lot more to go.
Yeah. Oh, green with this bill, but this is too little too late at this point, I think. Able to pass. Able to get 6th out of it, though. Very interesting.
That was a pretty crafty situation, but yeah, 4 out of the top 5. So 1, 3 through 5, 7, 11 there for TT. And yeah, they are just continuing to ride the wave. And be curious to see what race 12 is going to be like here.
Yeah, we'll see what they pick. We might see like a baby park get chosen, or hopefully they pick something a little more interesting like Big Blue. It looks to be what Yes, there we go. That looks to be what Green is picking. Unfortunately, Yoshi Racer's picking Baby Park, which is a terrible track, but
there's a method to the madness. Like Baby
Yeah.
Park, I will say this, and I will get grilled, but I don't care. If you don't want to force a top 6, it's actually a pretty solid race. 12 pick.
Yeah.
But
If you have to prevent the other team from getting like a really, really, really good race, then it is a good option. But other than that, it serves no purpose, and that's what we're going for last race here.
Yep.
I don't like Baby Park that much. I'm really disappointed that Nintendo added it in the DLC. I remember when they added it, I was so mad. I was like, how the hell did this bypass the rule of not repeating retro tracks?
I used to like it until I had to help Bear run a LAN tournament in California, 121 people, but we had to basically unlock all the switches, so we did it through coins on 200cc Baby Park, and trying to grind this track for 7 to 10 hours straight makes you hate it a lot.
Yeah.
So
lots of meme combos coming out. I think there's 2 babies, and I think I saw the spike on the Bowser and the GLA. I remember when Mercedes DLC was a thing. That was sick. I remember when that came out. That was really cool. But very weird items here. On any other track, these would be good, but he's looking for a dodge. Like, he's fishing for a star or a ghost or something.
The plant's borderline catastrophic, no matter how you slice it, for not only the player that has it, but for players that don't have dodges around the player with the plant. It's just an item that nobody wants to see. Blue here in 9th from Green, going to go ahead and
immediately chuck it.
And yeah, there's no power item in play here for Green. We'll see what he gets here from a 6th place pull. Yeah. Going to be triple shrooms, but he does get redded there. So this is likely going to be a mid-pack finish here. When you see Nair there with that plant, shock coming into play. That doesn't really help Green, but an 11th place finish for him. Oh wait, no, we got one more lap. I always do this.
One more lap. I don't know how much he's going to gain here. He's able to star Oscar, beat Sergio on the line, get 7th. I think that may have actually been a good race for StarClan. Yeah, 1, 3, 4, 5, 7 laps, which is a good race for StarClan. Decent finish, but yeah, they lost by 110. So good job to TT on winning the division with this win. Good job to StarClan for doing their best. It was very close in the beginning, but after TT got that 30 win on Desert, they just kind of collapsed from there, unfortunately.
Top 4 overall there from TT as well. And a great run for them, too. So they will be the number 1 seed in D3 and the conference champions. Yeah, just an incredibly great race. I do have one announcement, but I can wait unless you have some more thoughts on what we just saw, Koopa.
No, I don't think I have any thoughts. The only thing that would be interesting is if I could figure out like which team is going to play who, because I think the other teams in playoffs are DR and Fatal Aces. So depending on like who breaks the tiebreaker, so I think TT plays one of Fatal Aces or Drift Riders next week. And I think Green is going through picks to see what Ethan would have DC'd with. I think is what he's doing right now. So to make table. So yeah, I don't really have any other thoughts left.
Well, here's the deal. There's a lot to digest. I got to go post my 2 winning tables for 2-0 for PH. But
flex.
For PH2, not the team that flexes. PH1. But we do have a really cool announcement. It's for site supporter. We are doing 40% off for this month, aka it's normally $10. Now it's $6. And it's on sale till December 31st. This one-time purchase gives you some nice perks on the site, including no ads, a profile badge, 5 additional color themes, a choice of a profile border color. More importantly, you can change your forum name. You can get a less of a limit on changing your registry name from 6 months now down to 3 months. And there's a few other really cool things about it. It's live, and it is going to be $6 instead of $10, and it's good up until December 31st. So if you do want to pick it up, not only does it go to a great cause and help supporting the site for marketing and building out and coding and all that fun stuff, but it also, helps build the community, and it gives you a lot of really cool perks as well. So highly recommend it.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to add beyond that other than GG's, and thank you everyone for watching. I don't know how many people watched. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. It was great casting with you, Knight. Hopefully it'll happen again. And channel points are currently being distributed if you if you correctly predicted. So don't know who. So apparently, 90,000 have been distributed.
Yeah, between Icy and 12 others. So
yeah,
good job to the 13 of you that did predict that correctly. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this stream. Going to be going into playoffs next week. So best of luck. And if your season's ended, take this off season, get ready for season 13. There's going to be some other fun announcements, I guess, coming your way. I don't want to allude to them, but I kind of am. But just get ready. There's going to be, obviously tournaments coming up. Keep an eye out. But yeah, just have a great time. If you're in the playoffs, great. If you're not, have a great offseason.
Yeah.
And that will do it, I guess, for us here. My name was Knight, or is Knight, I guess you could say. I didn't change my name. We got Koopa here, D3 cast for StarClan Solar and TT, Tuestame la Tostada. And Cinda doing a great work from behind the camera, making the magic happen. And that's going to do it for us here. And I think that is going to be it for the stream. So take care, everybody.
See ya.